Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I just want to show a quick example of how I'm going to improve my LinkedIn profile using the principle of trying to steal ideas or copy from the top creators in our field. And I just really want to show a demonstration of how I do it by myself and walk you through the general steps that I follow so that you can do the same as well. So I'm going to show you my LinkedIn profile right now, how it looks like, and the kind of changes that I'm going to make on it based on a top profile that I follow on LinkedIn. I'm going to show you who he is and some of the things that I've prepared to add to my LinkedIn profile. If you're new to this idea of stealing ideas, it's not as bad as it sounds. Do check out my previous videos where I talk more extensively about it. Alright, so let's jump over to my LinkedIn profile right now. As you can see, I have my creative headshot here. It's been a while since I updated it. Then I just have a very short about section. Normally I see people write extensively about it where they talk about blah 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 and like long stories. And yeah, I think this section probably needs to be improved. And I have my YouTube channel here. I don't really have much posts because I'm not so active on LinkedIn. And I just have my experience here, which I took a lot of time to write back then. So here's the guy I really like to follow, and his name is no other than Eric Sim. So I followed him for quite some time already, and I've met him in person also. I attended his seminars. I think he's a really cool guy. He talked about his career and how he's teaching students right now to use LinkedIn to boost their career profile. So I really like his LinkedIn profile, and he's clearly doing a lot of good things, right? And you can see he has like 2.8 million followers. He's got a nice banner, he's got a nice headshot. Yeah, in his seminar he said that he practically uses the same profile picture in every single social media platform that is on, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and he also wears the same suit every single time. I mean, that talk about consistency, right? So hi Eric, if you're watching this video, you're really cool. And so I really want to see how I can steal some ideas from his profile, right? Maybe I can get a bit more followers. He's clearly doing a lot of the right things. So okay, he's got a clear headshot. He's got a nice banner here. Now I obviously don't have any brands, right? I'm not like the LinkedIn top voices, you know, and my Chinese is crap, so I don't think I'll be putting things here in Chinese. So the first step is to identify our top favorite creators, right? And in this case, I've identified him, and I just want to study a bit more about his profile. And you can see, right, okay, he's got kind of posts, and he's got this really interesting post that I'll be looking into closer detail later, where it's basically saying, you know, what he's been through in his career. Yeah, look, I really admire the way he writes his posts because it starts in English and then he has in Chinese version as well, so just to reach out to a wider audience. And yeah, he's got this, what my CV looks like. Yeah, he was previously studied Bachelor's of Engineering in NUS, and then he did corporate sales, and then he became a risk manager, director, you know, and an MD also at the same firm that I work in. So hopefully I can become an MD one day too. Let's see. But yeah, so it looks like it's going up, and then he say, okay, what I've actually been through is like up and down, right? So I think this is a really interesting post. And you know what, guys? Let me tell you what. In this post, he actually also kind of took inspiration from another post, Frank Ku's post on career paths of what people think it looks like and what it can look like created by LinkedIn. So I found the original post, and we can see, okay, Frank Ku turns out to be a really influential guy as well. He's the head of Asia at LinkedIn. So how should we think about career development? Oh, look, and then we have the picture here, which is pretty similar, right, to what Eric posted. So, you know, it looks the same, like what people think it looks like. You know, the career just going up and up. But what it actually can look like is like going, you know, sometimes going forward, backwards, and going up and down. And yeah, Eric actually also stole the idea from someone, and he did really well. I mean, the original post only had like 363 likes, 22 comments, and he's got 15,000 likes, 842 comments. And this is really a lot of likes already, even though he's got like 2 million plus followers. But not every single post on LinkedIn would go viral like this. As you can see, his previous post maybe only had like 300 plus likes, a couple of comments. They're all really interesting, by the way, so do check them out. So here we can already see another successful example of how you can take an idea that you see somewhere And you basically take it upon yourself, right? Without asking, I don't think he asked for any permission from Frank himself, and then he just created it or for himself also, which turns out to be really impactful for his audience. So we're gonna do something like this for my profile, right? And let's see how it turns out. So step 1 is to identify our favorite creators. The next step is to study what makes them great. So I'm just going to look closely into his LinkedIn profile, right? Okay, he's got this banner, which I don't think I would be able to recreate. So I think I would just leave my banner as it is. Again, when it comes to stealing ideas, you don't necessarily need to take everything, right? You can't copy everything. We can just take the parts that we like. Okay, let's look at his About section, which I think is really interesting. It starts off by saying, rejected by Princeton in its PhD program. Yeah, he was devastated that he couldn't take on an academic career. But then he stayed in banking and he worked really well. Well, hang on. You say he initially lacked the social skills to do well. And then afterwards, he improved himself and managed to work across many cities before becoming an MD. So that sounds a bit like me, because my social skills is lacking as well. I really like this About section because it's authentic. It's not the run-of-the-mill usual kind of self-praising kind of biography, but rather it has a story in it where he started off in a really bad shape and how he improved over time. And yeah, people generally like to see people improve over time. So the next step, the third step, is to make a version of that for ourselves. So here's what I did, right? I have my new About section here in Notion. I took some time, a couple of hours, to write this up a couple of days ago, and here's what I've written. So on the right, we can see Eric's About section. I basically copy pasted in here, and on my left, it's my About section. I basically tried to fill in the blanks using my own values, using my own experience. And so here's what it really is. Back then, I really didn't know what I wanted to do in a career. And I was devastated when I was scolded for not having EQ skills, for not having enough EQ skills in my first internship. Yeah, true story. And even though I studied well to get into economics in school, but I know that I lack the social skills to do well. I'm still work in progress. I'm still trying. I'm still learning. But I'm very happy and fortunate to find myself a good job where I can have work-life balance and I can do videos like this. So as you can see, it kind of like mirrors his About section. The way I looked at it is that I talk about where I came from, what I was like back then, maybe a little bit of a sob story, and how I am today. Right, there's some kind of transformation going on here. Then, and on the next part, he talks about what he does. So I would talk about what I do as well. Well, besides being a business analyst, I talk about my side hustles, right? So I make videos about careers, personal development, and growth tips that I wish I knew when I was younger. And okay, he has this messages like this made my work worthwhile. So I went to my YouTube channel, and there was this really nice comment that somebody left behind on one of my videos, and I thought that really made it so worthwhile as well. That made me feel very inspired. So thank you for this comment. It's by Denzel Lim, who was commenting on my video about my experience studying economics in NUS, and here's what he said. And I think since Eric has this testimonial comment, I thought it's pretty cool to have it there as well. So if people want to find a comment, they can go to my YouTube channel and check it out. By the way, talking about my experience studying economics in NUS, I have a couple of videos planned in the pipeline because I see that a lot of people are interested in this topic. So I plan to talk a bit more about it, such as what we can do with our economics degree. And do subscribe or check back as I will be releasing the videos pretty soon. So alright, in the next section, Eric also has his side hustle here. I also do have my own side hustle, right? Which I do corporate voiceovers for TV commercials, creative productions, corporate training videos. And so by the way, this is a side hustle that I've already declared with the company that I work for. So it's perfectly legal. And I've been doing this for a couple of months already, and I recently crossed $1,000, which is kind of not bad, 1,000 USD. Yeah, it's really fun for me to do this. Yeah, so it's cheap and easy to do as well. Just using this microphone over here and just go, welcome to this application, right? Something like that. Yeah, but I'll maybe do a video about it next time about how I do my voiceovers. Okay, so going back to my profile, and I'll say, okay, why is he here on LinkedIn? So I'll say, frankly, I don't really post much on LinkedIn, but I'm just mostly trying to keep up to date with my network, trying to see people get promoted, trying to see people get moving to a new job, different jobs, and occasionally reading some interesting stories about career development, some interesting news that I see. Sometimes the comment sections are really interesting as well. Yeah, but I'm mostly here on LinkedIn for just to consume. And yeah, so he has this, okay, he has maxed out connections, which congrats, but I don't really have a lot of connections, so I don't really need this part. He also says what he's doing currently. I don't really have much, so I will skip this. And wow, I mean, look at it. He's pretty omnipresent across social media. He has a website, he has Twitter, he has Weibo, which I don't have all this stuff. My Instagram is kind of funky, so I don't think it belongs on LinkedIn. But yeah, so and I'll just keep this currently learning tag to tell people what I'm learning. And this is pretty up to date. In project management now, I'm in a change the bank kind of project. So I'm learning agile. I'm learning how to work in an agile way. And the project is about digital forms. So I'll just put this here, and I'm learning how to make videos as well. Alright, so let's talk about this post that I saw just now. So I think it's also really interesting that I wanted to do something for myself. It's gonna be one of the next few posts that I rarely post on LinkedIn, but here we go anyway. I like this concept because I think it's so relevant. When I started out, before I had 0 internships, I looked at other LinkedIn profiles and I see, wow, how did people get internship 1, internship 2, internship 3, internship 4, and then they landed a full-time job. Like everything just looks like they're going up along the ladder. Today, here I am. I had 4 internships as well, and I had a full-time job, and I can really say that it's not an upward ladder like this. It really has those twirls, ups and downs, lots of rejections along the way. So I think it's really meaningful that I wanted to make something like this as well to share with people who still don't know about this concept, especially my network. So here's what I came up with, and I basically did this. What my CV looks like, how I studied a degree in economics, and then I had my 4 internships, blah, 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 and what it really is, right? Okay, so as some of you might have known, if you had watched my video about me studying economics in NUS, you would know that when I first entered NUS, I didn't start with economics. I actually really didn't know what I wanted to do back then, right? So I just picked something that I like studying, which is like science. I thought science was fun. I thought when we want to study, environmental studies, study mountains, volcanoes, oceans, forests, and all that kind of stuff. But turns out it wasn't exactly what I liked. Then I switched my major to economics. So that was the turning point in my studies when I started to pick things up a bit better. And I enjoyed a bit more about what I'm studying, right? I was previously thinking too much about money, so now I can talk about money. I can study money also. And then I managed to land my first internship, Back then I really didn't know what to expect. I thought nobody would hire me. But I was really glad when I got my first internship. And then I thought, yeah, I want to go for more banks, right? But I was really disappointed when I applied for all the banks, including the one that I'm currently working in. And I was rejected back then. So it's really sad. I thought with the first internship it should get easier. But then I got a real lucky break. And so I was in a park one day when I received a rejection email, yet another rejection email. But interestingly, this rejection email was different. The recruiter at SGX was saying, hey, I know you're applying for this internship under the equities department. By the way, equities is a really popular department that a lot of people want to apply for, and I didn't get it. But they say that, we have another role that you might be interested in. So I really appreciate it. So maybe the recruiter saw something in me that she wanted me to fill in another spot of another internship, which is in the consulting department. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's try it, right? So I immediately replied, I want to go down for an interview for that role. And I got it, so I'm really glad that I had it. I really think it was pure luck, but it's like where luck meets preparation. I had my internships and I just applied, and then it got easier from there on. With 2 internships, I got my 3rd internship where I was a sales intern at Cisco Systems. So I wanted to do more tech, right? I wanted to explore more of the tech side, so I just joined a tech company like this, and I really enjoyed it, right? It's probably the best internship that I had. But I tried to apply for the graduate program afterwards. I got into the final round. It was we had to do some role playing with practicing some sales skills, and I was really bad at it. As you know, I know that I've been working on my social skills, on my sales skills for like 2+ years already, and I guess it's just not good enough. Then other people were much better at convincing the interviewer that they should get a job or they should get into the program. And I was very near graduation back then. I was really thinking, okay, oh my goodness, what am I going to do after I graduate, right? I really wanted to get into, these graduate programs that graduates really go after for, because they have great perks. There's a program, you kind of like have job security for the next 2 years or so, or the length of the program, and you got perks, and you got you're kind of like seen as the next generation of talents in the company as well. Well, but okay, if I don't get it, let's just keep going. So I got another internship based on my third internship, Dimension Data. It's also another tech company. And that's where I managed to work in the Google headquarters. I mean, back then, there's like free flow of food at the lunch, and there were like unlimited snacks in the pantry. I was like, it's a dream. Yeah, I was there as a contractor. I really enjoyed my time there, eating and working as well. The officers are really cool. And then I graduated with a job offer to come back to work in Dimension Data as well. But then I also got another offer, thankfully, because that one, so with the current bank that I'm working in, I just basically applied and I got referred in. So I decided to go with the slightly better offer, and here I am today. So maybe someday I might become a project manager. Currently, I'm trying to do a bit of YouTube videos, and as you can see in Eric's original post, he's a founder right now doing his own thing, and he wants to be a landscape designer one day. I'm not sure what a landscape designer is. Maybe it's like, like cutting grass, have those nice hedgehog maze. Not sure what it is. But yeah, I think it's a really cool area job. So Eric, tell us more about your landscape designer aspirations. So yeah, so this is my post, and I did a bit of a description as well, just to describe the whole story that I mentioned. I don't care whether this post goes viral or not. What I just want to show you is that I've managed to create something that I'm really proud of based on someone that I follow, just by studying his profile and coming across a really interesting post. And so the fourth step, right? So after we've identified our favorite creators, we've studied the art, and we've implemented it on our own. The last step, which is kind of optional, but it's something for us to think about, is to give credit back to the original author for the inspiration, right? So I've included that here where I say inspired by Eric Sim. I'm tagging him. Post when I first saw this concept, original post by Frank Koo as well. And we can see that Eric did this as well. He created his career path graphics based on Frank Koo's posts. And I think the point about stealing ideas is that we can either do it openly by telling people, hey, here's where I got the idea from, or do it secretly, or do it like under the cover. Well, I think most people would rather not declare the sources, but for me, I'm more open to share it. I think it promotes transparency, and it makes us more credible as well, because we're willing to share more about that. By the way, I'm going to leave in the video description a link of the template that I used to create this, so that you can try it out yourself as well. And I left some tips in the footnote below as well. As I looked in the comments below, Eric has this link to the original Keynote file, but when I tried it, it was removed already. So Eric, if you can kindly update the link as well, I think you'll be very helpful. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I just want to demonstrate the concept that we can learn from others, and it's also very practical to do it because it's really easy. What others have done it can be served as a guide for us that we can just follow step by step, almost blindly as well, and then we'll better understand it, and we can also feel proud doing that. So thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below on what you think, and I'll see you in my next video.